Hey yo, people, there we go. Let's just make sure everyone hears me properly. One out of the music. Might have to lower the music, but I think. Alright, there we go. Should be able to hear me clearly over the music, I think. Although we'll never know, I guess. Just prepping some stuff on my side before we get going, probably. Alright, let's see. Clear. Let's make sure the CK hasn't exploded on me. It seems it has not so far. That's always something. Alright, can you folks over in the YouTube chat hear me properly compared to the music? Sup, Sable? How's my voice compared to the music? This always is tricky for me. Clear? Yep. Music not too loud. Cool. Alright. Let's just make sure everything works as it should. Hey, thanks for the follow there. Alright, cool. Yep, let's start, I guess. Woo! There we go. Sweet. Wait. And I see in the chat. Cool. We're set and we're ready. So today we'll be having a lot of fun with Redmond, one of our last undeveloped, like, urban locales, I guess. So we'll just be doing some layout and getting it as far as we can, really, I guess, today. Since right now it barely exists. So, you know, why not? Hope you all are having a good day as well. It's nice to hear what's up with you folks. Start with a bit of cheating, says I. Simple building, just to fill space. Well, one address now, we'll have it on there. Right there somewhere. Hey, Cump? Maybe? Who knows? How you doing there, buddy? If your laptop can run full at full, you should be able to run Cascadia. We're aiming for the same specifications, why not? Shouldn't be too bad. So here's where Bethesda has screwed up, or screwed us a little bit, because there's no real connection between the highways and normal roads. This is where you do some cheaty stuff. Stay. Listen, say don't mind. Let's set that set out first. That's good enough. Let's bring out the paintbrush real fast and just mark down where we want the roads to go. One going just across here, really. We'll connect up to this area over here. We've got a bit of residential plan out, yes. Something like that. Well, swap that gravel to rubble rock. Woo. There we go. This is fully a passion project, yeah. We don't take donations or anything of such. For us, it's just about making good content for the game we love. For the series. Yeah. I'm planning on making a video. That could actually be a fun thing. I'll have to talk to our video guy for that. I think that could be a little fun thing to do. Because why not? This is not like a bad idea, no. Wait, what's it? Vertex painting, I think. Yeah, it's good. What are we listening to though? So I got one road guy. Let's just keep using this one for now, but swapping the roads something pretty later. But for marking, it's perfect. Hey, thanks for the follow there, mate. Having a good day. Insert, yep, road. Shut up and take my money. So for the right one, I'm probably going to do, for those of you that played 76, I'm probably going to do a bit like Vitoga, where it's a quite technical turn. It's really nice that people like make walls on. Well, I think 76 could have been an absolutely fantastic game in every single way, but parts of the execution didn't go as planned, safe to say. I think it still has the chance to remedy itself though. Could become something great in the end there. As well, nice little road plan here. Stay on it real high. And as I said, I'll go back and fix these roads later. For now, they're just fast and dirty to get the layout done. Okay. Let's just get rid of the marsh paint for now. Set the skylighting. I hope someday we can utilize last one for 76. I mean, I don't think we'll be able to use them in full of 4 ever, mostly because they don't work straight out either. Because there was a bit of difference in how the assets function with, well, global illumination and how lighting is handled in PBR, physical based rendering and whatnot. But I mean, we should get this EK, Creation Gate 476, so it'll be fun to play around with that. It'll be a nice little distraction just to mess with for a little while. Nice and down here. Clean out the marsh textures. We'll get them back in later, but for the city center, it's easy to just have like a clean slate to work with. There's small dots of vertex paint here and there, isn't there? Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, like just small dots here and there. I mean, yeah, I don't know where'd you come from. Huh. Neat. Oh well. We've had worse than some bits of vertex paint. I also just realized I don't have my selection mask on. There we go. Makes life so much easier. Yeah, they added a lot of new little, just small nitpicks to the world to pick up. Hey, Bacon Shark, how you doing? But I mean, I think that's Bethesda doing what they're, as, like, that's the best thing they do, make the worlds. Because I mean, the world of 76, oh, it's fantastic, I love it. Every single bit of it just feels so right. Like, the gameplay and the story is what kind of felt a bit flat for me there. Okay, we got a little bit of clip in here. Ugh. Yeah, oh god, this is gonna be paint effects. But on the Worlds, they always manage to knock out of the park. Right, and then I gotta figure out how to connect this up to a nice level. Tunnel please. Let's get the growing mud and digging out a bit over here. Oh, not control. Oh, oh. It'll load a little while now. Yep. That's fine. They've started adding more of that though, haven't they? I think one of the last patches had a lot of like display cases and whatnot. I think there it's more so, since they say multiplayer environment, like to the average player it feels so dumb. They're like, oh, you can't put up loads of display shelves, and problem is when you're dealing with a multiplayer environment, you have to think of how can players abuse this, and like how can it be made intentionally to screw with the game, kind of. So what sounds like a harmless thing, like weapon display case, and like with enough of those, you can actually impact performance quite heavily through total. Someone found much disliked 76 because he really likes going from birthday game, he says. That sounds like a good friend. I don't know, it's a tricky game. It's definitely gotten a lot better. Yeah, there's a few things I would have done different with 76. Like, it's a great concept of multiplayer Fallout. I just think it could have been done better. A lot of errors. But some things they also got really just hit right on. Pulled off quite great. Oh Christ, I thought we had. Jeez. Close one. Thought I had rotation on this problem, but no. Oh, please tell me it's not. Oh, okay. Looked like I could see through the mesh, of course. Bit of a heart attack there. Probably gonna want some railing going, like something going along here to kind of separate the two areas. Think about something to put in there and that. It'll be a bit tricky figuring out what to do with. Oh, what do we have here? Some old remnants of the old city. Yeah. Might as well clean that up real fast. Yep, got the old LED showing up. Trying to think. Someone's silent thing. Sorry, I'll just mark that one down there for reference. Probably gonna want to do a bit of a bigger stop. Some kind of. Nämen Kalle, allt bra mannen. Jajamensan Kalle. Kung på täppan igen. Alright, we need somebody table there, I guess. Stationary. Yeah, these could probably work. The only reason I haven't got into Full of Fun ones is because Full doesn't have enough games. I don't know, like, that's the thing, like, would it be nice to have more Fallout games? Absolutely. But at the same time, like, I'd rather have a few games than have the constant parade of new ones, like a Hump with COD, for example, where they're so copy-paste nowadays that it's like, yeah, it's the same game. Just a different title. Yeah, like, it would be nice with more Fallout games, for sure, but, I mean, they also take a lot of time to do. They're tricky games to develop, in that sense, like, they're not fast. It's kind of like saying, or I mean, kind of like with, like, GTA games, for example, like, we'd love to have more of them, sure, but at the same time, like, they take so long to do. How much of the map? Way more than I think what any of us thought we would have by now, really. There, I mean, is one of the last really empty locations of the map. The rest of the map is pretty good at this point. Here, let me give you an example. Just jump a little bit west. And let things explode. Of course. I wouldn't expect any more DLC for GTI that has any good content in them, so to say. But like, this is the average area of the map that you'll run into at it where we're in development now. Where like the bulk stuff is done, the heavy. A lot of what's left is like, I'll gotta, for example, take a rock and rotate and just fill in some more space here and there. Not like, oh, we need a G-Ride, so we take a G-Ride. But a lot of the heavy work, it's done. Which is a really great feeling to know that like a lot of the heavy lifting, it's done. Just a lot of dull grinding and just passing, making things a bit better, and yeah. Let's get back to Redmond. It's not a little demonstration of blood. Alright, let's do this. Do you think that the map design is out of coding? Yes, right now it is. Quest implementation is where we're starting to pick up speed, but level design is further along, yeah. But map design also in a lot of areas have to be done before you do the rest of the world, so to say. Because a lot of times it's simply that like you can't implement the quest until the location is there in some shape or way. Like it's hard for them to implement a quest when the building they're supposed to use doesn't exist, for example. There's a lot of that. I'll reach out to you, Nito. It's not something I want to sort out, for sure. Is there any specific area you take inspiration from when making buildings? A little bit, yeah. It goes back and forth. A lot of things do come from, like, the happy days of the world, so to say. Sergey, kinda. Why not? This one is longer than the other, isn't it? It is. Aha, thought so. Quick math, you know. Thanks for the follows there. Will there be any buildings that are built in the Art Deco, like skyscrapers in Bakersfield, Necropolis? There's a few of those. But no, there'll be a few of those around, yeah, for sure. Yeah, Redmond is going to be a tricky one, because we're not quite sure what to do with it, because there's not a lot of main quest content, like, going around the location, so it's quite an open one. My plan is kind of to turn it into something similar of Vitoga in Fallout 76, where it's a quite tech-heavy location, because I ain't got much better to do with it, really. Let's try to send them in front of these, actually. And of course, it's not fucking... Oh, Christ. Oh, I hate building times. Let's do that later, shall we? Can't bear us to try and figure that out now. We'll be able to see some Chinese. I believe there's a few written into the law though. I wouldn't be able to give any super specifics on that, but I'm pretty sure yes. Simply put. No, that's the wrong order. Want that. Wait, no, Christ, I'm dumb sometimes. Fine. Just do this. Right now, brain, please. Yeah, no, I have to. Jesus Christ. Oh, my brain. It's shutting down already. That's good. Right now I'm working on the town of Redmond, or the 2B town of Redmond, I should say. Speaking of which, I should probably get a map on it now. And go to Market. That's that I do. Quick spell, Redmond. Ruins Town. Yeah, that's fair. Extra radius 4K maybe. Okay, and we'll also boot up Mod Organizer and we'll get ourselves placed in here in validating Nexus connection. Cool. Ugh. We'll enable that one. Let's see, we've got Redmond EXT16. Cool. See, Redmond EXT16. Hey yo! Cool. Now we do, let's see, FCF, I believe? I gotta think for a second. Because if I'm not mistaken, I know I can go. We're doing size here real fast. Because I can't remember how to do this. Flamingo. Perfect. I'll do. Yes. I want to say, even though we know it might. No, okay. Is that not a. FCF? Is this not the command? It's okay to ask, is the particular contributor to the ruin of Redmond, like a wildfire, outbreak, or plague? Not really. Like, there's nothing really telling us why it's this way. It's more so that we don't have much content actually planned for the location. Yeah, cool. We can add a hot loading. Cool. But rather that, it just kind of got abandoned during the war and has been standing kind of derelict ever since. So it's not ruined beyond anything else we've seen around the world in that sense. It's just no one living there. People took shelter in the bigger cities and whatnot. We've taken some looks at a Fallout Extreme, but a lot of it is, well, as the name kind of hints, far too extreme. As someone who doesn't know Seattle in real life, looking at a map, how much of that area are you going to cover with the game map? To the west, it's pretty much Seattle waterfront, and I believe it's called Maury Island, which is the western part. Towards the north, it's about a little while above Woodland Park Zoo-ish. South, we're a little bit south of Renton in real life. No, Kent in real life, sorry. To the east, about Snoqualmie Falls, I believe. Hey Flenarn, we're gonna see a reference to a certain gaming company located in Redmond. Which one is that? Because I know we have one planned in Bellevue for Valve and Microsoft. Which one is it that is in Redmond? Can't remember. Is it Microsoft? No, Xbox. No? Wait. Wait, no. Help. Send help, please. Which one is in Redmond? It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, it's annoying. Jesus. Is Valve in Redmond? I thought they were in Bellevue. Or maybe that's where they were. Or am I mixing it up? I might be mixing it up. We have a Valve reference planned for sure. If it's in... yeah. My brain's a bit running on gas. Or fumes, I should say. That's a fair warning. Brain ain't doing too strong. Yeah, my bit hungover, bit tired. You'll have to pardon my brain. I'm not in the prime of my life today. It's an Nintendo. Alright, yeah. They are in. See? Mm-hmm. Even when I'm barely alive, I'm right. I thought so. Yeah, like Bellevue's the tech center, if I'm not mistaken. Redmond's a bit in the outskirts of tech, in that sense. Father, Son, the Holy Ghost. They caught the last train to the ghost. The day the music died. Aha! Thought so. No, didn't we have? Oh, this was where I was planning to go anyway. Shh, shh. Come on, game, come on. I don't know any idea for... Ah, yes, very beautiful urban development. It's our template location where we can just grab a building if we ever need a fast little filler. So usually just take any of these and just smack them down and then go in and tweak it up a bit.
Hello?
Oh, we got so many voices here. Who hath we here? It is Sergey joining me on stream. How nice of him.
Hi, what's up, man? I just saw Calvin Nelson in the comments in the chat.
Yes.
Shout out to Calvin Nelson.
Jävla Kalle Nilsson. Jävla skåning.
Kalle Nilsson.
Kalle Nilsson, yes. Let's see. We're stealing stuff.
Yeah, very confident English.
Speak of the devil, right? We're here stealing. Don't tell Vicky. Wrong way. Go here. Borrow this one for now. Why is there a tree in this place? What the hell, Biggie? Biggie!
What is this location you're working
on? Redmond. One of the last cities we haven't done anything with. Or it's the last city we haven't done anything with. Because we don't really have any main quest content taking place. I think we have one thing here. So no one's really been interested in doing it, because, well, there's not super much cool stuff happening here in that sense. As of right now, at least. Which also means it hasn't been prioritized when we need other stuff. Yes. Other devs are asleep, steal their content. It's gonna eat.
Yeah, well, I guess there must be something interesting about this place after all.
Oh, yeah.
It's in a game.
Oh, yes.
There's gotta be something.
Oh yeah, it's just right now there's nothing main quest, which has been the main things we've been developing. So everyone's like, we'll do it later, because we don't have a need for it in development, so I'd say.
Okay, and so, by the way, how many side quests are you guys planning to do? That's not a secret.
Far too many. No, it's a hefty amount. Couldn't get you an exact number right now, but you should be able to go on the wiki and just take a peek there for now.
Right.
You have a wiki account, don't you?
Well, I'm from Argentina, somebody says.
Hey, how you doing, Argentina? So where in Redmond is this development? Well, we gotta do all of it, because there ain't much here. We got a little suburban area up here, but what was here I just deleted because it was set fighting and flickering and, well, it was nasty, didn't work. No, if I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna go scout over here, because I think I need to connect it up to something here. Yeah, I got one here, and we need a bridge here. I believe this is the Sammamish River, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, because we got Issaquah just on the other side of the lake here. Some of you guys probably know the geography better than me, at least. yeah, the like what was here was super old content that it wasn't up to standards anymore. Simply, so I tore that in, starting mostly fresh. Let's get this road in place now. Let's use these template ones for now. Make it pretty later.
Wait, is the American Pie song still playing for you? Like, this song is just ages long. It's like 10 minutes or something.
It's going to be a fishing dock pier on the other side of the highway. There was that in the old design. I'm probably gonna add something similar back. But as I redid the highway, it was gonna be fastest to rebuild that little fishing area we had here anyway. But yeah, probably add in some fishing. It is a fishing area. All in all, anyways. Let's put this building up here. Cherry bomb style. And yes, Carla, there will be boats. You know this. Let's put in a little love kiss later. For now, it's a good filler. Probably boats, yeah. No, what are they called? Oh, yeah. Oh, cool. No. Some tango. we'll see what we can do with tango. I wouldn't be too. Also, Vicky, you in voice or you're in the chat? If so, do we have a railroad going anywhere near this place that I need to take into account? There's one down in Isoko that goes into a tunnel, right? Just remember now that it's all those assets there. Nah. Alright, cool. Nah, bro. Let's get the alley thin pieces here. Oh, you don't. So you just said, oh, okay, cool. It's a 50-50. Yeah, because I know we have one down in Isoko going into tunnel, but I'll look into that later, I guess. Can't be too vulnerable right now. So, we'll probably want a little sign of the air. First, let's grab a cliff to just start out that wall. 9 plus 10. Last time I checked, it's 19. Either it is or either it ain't. VA Christ. Jesus Christ, VA.
Yeah, I think 9 plus 10 is 21. I mean, it's supposed to. It must be.
Oh, I've been bamboozled in math, it seems.
Stupid.
I thought I was smart. I thought I was big brain, but no, I'm not. I'm small brain. Oh, Lord.
No, I'm not. Stupid. I mean, it's such a nice to me.
I don't get that, but okay, I'm small brain. Crap.
I wonder what you mean by BBC speak.
Big chocolate.
Yeah.
Yes, right?
That is correct.
Cool. At least I know that one. I'm not that small brain after all.
Wait, so you don't know the 21 meme?
Huh?
You've never seen it?
No,
So you don't know the term?
no, 9 plus 10, that's 19, not 21. I don't agree with these memes. Oh, British Broadcasting Company. Oh, yeah, we might have to add that. That's probably what it means. So then we can advertise that we have BBC support if we add the British Broadcasting Company. Or featuring BBC, maybe? Is that a good thing? Is that flexing? Some filthy bastards. Coming here with your BBC and broken math. Well, your neighbour Steve, I don't... Maybe? Is he very young and likely to live to the age of 20, or to the year of 2077? Otherwise, your neighbour Steve might be dead already. Yes, then maybe. Maybe we'll have Steve in there, who knows. Aren't these lace pieces somewhere? Where are they? Just want a little railing bit here. I know there's some. What are they called? There they are. Will there be Fallout in Fallout? No. Couldn't afford that, sadly. No Fallout in this Fallout. It's a My Little Pony adventure, but, you know, we call it Fallout still. Just easier to get people hooked on the idea. Yeah, y'all been bamboozled big time. Pfft, Fallout game. Pfft. Scrubs.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Flan, but I freaking hate Fallout. I don't want Fallout in my Fallout Cascadia.
No, God no. I said that's why I'm like, we're just sneaking in My Little Pony adventure in the middle here. We're not getting any Fallout content here. Pfft.
Yeah. Let Puny Bethesda handle that shit.
Fallout. Ah, good one, fellas. Good one. Yes, I'm building a wall. Correct. I'm just building some separation for the layout of the town. Since this place is a bit higher up, it makes sense that having some little extra wall thing or something like that. But it's also nice to get different areas laid out quite fast. I mean, that depends. Like, do you use your hands when you use the keyboard, or is that a job for your nuts? Right now I'm in Redmond, just starting on the town. It's quite empty right now. How long would it take to be comfortable with the creation engine? That depends a little bit. Like, it really does. Like, I'm really comfortable with it by now, but I've been using it for like 10 years at this point. But I mean, I've seen some people who go, like, really pick it up fast and do, like, some of the better devs around only have been using it for a few years, if even that. Like, some folks are at -1 year. Like Live, who's level design leader at Full Miami, he's barely been using the CK properly for a year now, I think. Like, he's really new to it, but he's really good already. So it kind of depends on, like, how good you are with, firstly, of course, computers in general. But also at first you learn, and, like, how capable you are of handling really annoying shit, truth be told. Because the CK has a lot of pains to pick it up. Yeah, well, got PNDR there. It was faster than coins as well. Also, boy, get back to work. But no, it can go fast. Some people takes longer, some faster. All depends, kinda. No, stop, Vicky. Bad Vicky.
Okay. Anyways, I'm probably gonna head to bed.
Yep.
It's pretty late for me, but it was fun.
Oh,
hanging
yeah.
out.
What time is it for you now, okay?
Yeah, it's 1 a.m.
Are you just an hour behind? Or ahead of me then? Huh. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
You're quite Western Russian then, aren't you, you bastard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm
I
sorry.
usually like to go to bed. I usually go to bed at like 3 a.m., but it's
Yeah.
a good idea to get there.
Yep.
Okay, right. See
Alright.
ya. Take care.
See ya, buddy. Alright, let's see. I have experience in Blender, but I'm an Excel gamer, so huge amount of keep on this imperfect. Yeah. What is the currency in Cascade? Just caps and a special currency. It's a bit different, depending on what faction you're with. Like, the Red Leaves, they primarily use just caps, since it's accepted all around. NCR, they still have their own little build system they wanna get used to, get implemented globally, or nationwide, I should say. And the ROC has a currency they're trying to establish, but as the war is going on, it's not super stable. So a lot of people still go back to using just caps because it's easier for them. It's safer. Alright, next one. After using Unreal 3, CK seems extremely barrel. Yeah, it's not as bad as people tend to make it out to be. It's got its quirks for sure, but it also really, like, what it's supposed to do, it does fantastic. I think that's often a problem, that people try and use the CK to do stuff it shouldn't do, simply. Like, the CK is built very specifically to do a specific type of game. Don't do other things with it. It'll hurt you. Real bad. Let's say I want to get into CK. What would be a good beginner's first mod? I mean, that depends a little bit. We're talking level design, asset creation, quest implementation. Like, the only general theme that goes with them all is start small. Because we see a lot of people who want to do, like, learn the CK and start with, like, oh, I'm starting small, I'm just doing this massive thing. We're like, no, start really small. Like, if you want to do level design, start by making a small office building. Yeah, like, start super small. And then once you've figured out how to do a little interior, go a bit bigger, make an exterior. And then just keep adding on. But don't ever start with a massive remake half the bloody thing. And, oh, we've seen so many of those by now. It's not super awful. Like, here, I'll show you a little example. The Namish window. So with Namish, it's a lot of, like, yeah. So now you made a nice little starting Namish, and then you just keep expanding, and it's tedious work for sure. But once you get into the flow, well, you can be quite efficient with it. Just keep expanding. But you gotta do this for everything. And the annoying part comes when it's like, well, here's a bunch of forest, and I have to generate armor in the trees, or... Ugh. You can do some auto-generation, but you'll have to do a lot of cleanup on it instead. What if I wanted to make new acid, like a simple stick of dynamite? You'd make the model in whatever software you're comfortable with. Then when it comes time to export and import into Fallout 4, you'll have to do that through 3ds Max 2013. As it's where, or you don't have to, but it's what's recommended. As it has the, like, official exporter set up and whatnot. Will there be vehicles drivable or not in Cascadia other than the vertibirds? That's my answer to that one. Maybe, maybe not. We'd like to, but I mean, maybe. It's gonna be my official say on that one. Is there going to be an official ending to the mod like Fallen New Vegas? Well, Fallen New Vegas doesn't have an official ending. That's the thing. It has a lot of different endings, but there's not one that's the canon proper one. But it'll have the same idea that, like, you can have different paths and different endings depending on what you do. You mentioned a stream or two ago that you're working on a way to keep the players poor, to keep the economy meaningful. Will you make vendors buy / sell certain goods like this kind of? Yes. So, like, if you want to do like this, not everything can be bought within all the settlements. So sometimes if you want to buy like explosive ammunition for some special gun, you might have to seek out a very specific trader who sells that, or and sometimes, well, they'll pay less for, like, say go to Single, they'll probably pay you way less for food and water and goods and such like that, because they don't need that in that sense. Like, they can keep themselves sustained. Whilst if you go to, like, maybe another settlement, they'll maybe pay more and whatnot. Just a lot of small things like that to try and punish the player a little bit more as often as we can, to make sure the economy doesn't become a joke fast on. I don't know what that means, HD. Sorry. Will there be any recurring characters? Probably not. Would love to. But there comes the trick with those that then would first have to make up what their canon is, kinda. Which we know a lot of people won't like, because, well, we don't want to know what happens in the game unless it comes from the devs, and barely then, like the proper devs. But there's also the issue of voice acting. With a lot of the actors, they're not allowed often to go back and redo their voices and lines or characters due to contracts, which can cause a problem. It's a dangerous territory to go into. Something to consider is, within the ruin of Redmond, limit or minimize the amount of loot that you can find. Add to the story that has been picked through and passed by entrepreneurial wastelanders. Bring stuff. Oh yeah. No, like loot and balancing we do way later down the road. But the idea is, we'll try and limit the amount of loot a bit more than what Fallout 4 did. Just to make the game a bit more challenging and not drench the player in loot and whatnot. But rather try and keep things interesting for longer. Hell no. creation can. Don't you fucking dare crash that. Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what it did. It tried to autosave, I think. Which is why it froze up. It gave him a bit of a panic attack, but you know. Oh, so I got that coming up over there. With Maynard just being there, so we'll probably want to need something here. Might actually do. Yeah. I just realised I screwed up there, but okay, cool. Big brain. Fuck. Let's see. So I'm gonna want another building. Let's use the Poseidon stations for marking, I guess. It's a valid marker. Can multiple people work on the map at the same time? Yes, as long as no one's working in the same cells, it's fine. And the cells are marked by these yellow little quadrants. As long as people work in separate these, it's fine. So we want another building. We're probably gonna keep the ratio of rain similar to what it had in Boston. Like, I know it's supposed to rain a lot more in Seattle. The problem comes to like the gameplay level, where it's already relatively rare to find good weather in Boston, of truth be told. And if we even bump that up even slightly more with rain, it's just gonna rain all the time. And yeah, like it rains a lot up there, I know, but it's one of those. It just gets really boring as the player if you're gonna have rain 90% of the time, because it's not fun. Simply, like, it just becomes boring at that point. It's one of those times where realism doesn't trump gameplay. And yeah, the Endera. Then through magic of merging, it's all smacked in there. Last I checked, it was magic at least. So here we're gonna need a tunnel of some kind, if I'm not mistaken. Tunnel, cool. Cyanic. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna leave it there for now. And then we can go in later and fix that. Can't be arsed right now. No, never been good with a highway ramp kit. Far better people to manage that than me. I'll just get as much as I can of this place done. I'll leave that for you, Vicky. You're so talented with that. Right now it's to get it to a somewhat semi-complete state, or at least laid out, so someone else can go in and push it to completion later. have a request. When creating quests, can you write the descriptions in a way so I don't have to use. It's something we were toying around with, but the problem is, like, it impacts so much more than just a little tidbit of writing. Because it often ends up impacting the level design directly, and usually a lot more. And a new music for the radios. Oh, loads of it. So much music on the list being planned and whatnot. So that shouldn't be. The radios will not play into the music and groovy songs to listen to. Don't do it on online. Let's see, wants another building about here. Probably a bit smaller. Right, somewhere around there. Just a smaller little thing. Let's get some private edges, I think as well. Yes, per. Some actually want a Poseidon station here. Like a proper station. Neat. Not nearly as big. I want that thing there. Whatever that's gonna be, I'm not sure. Probably want another little building of some kind. Here. Right here. Expand the residential a little bit. Let's do this. And is it just for marking? Gonna go through and make all this so much prettier later. I'll have to prompt this one there. How are the rules to make subjections or share an idea? The best way is to do that through our Discord channel. That's usually where we'll be able to catch it the easiest and keep it keep it checked up, and so we know where it ends up and whatnot. Like the main things we're now really interested in seeing is like these grand big, like, oh, this should be in the main story and whatnot, because all that's kind of been laid out so long ago. Oh, fuck off, love. Love you too. That's the loaf I was talking about earlier. Jajamensan, Kalle. You know it is. Let's just keep marking. It's beautiful, I know. Love you too, love. One out of 3 warnings issued. What? What have I done now, Viggy? Oh god, I'm gonna get banned, Viggy. Are you banning me soon? Because that would be kind of cool. Means I got to go to sleep and I have to do more work. Oh, you're a bot now. I didn't know that, Viggy. Neat. What is this road, please? Road alley Y. Ah, I see. From this way. Okay. No, CK, what are you doing? CK? Oh lord. We'll just wait. Let's look at the chat for now. Okay, there we go. Right. Are those some capital wasteland objects? Yes, they belong there, yep. Come from them. From Naf and the lads. Yeah. CK doesn't usually like to play nice. So it's always a bit scary when he does something like that. That's about how half of Bethesda's developers die. Heart attacks from CK just not behaving. Pretty sure that's official as well. Like, I still remember hearing that horror story when they were developing Skyrim. That the Namish somehow broke, and they had two devs doing pretty much all the Namish in Skyrim. And they had been doing that for a few months at that point, like just Namishing. The little triangle thing I showed up before, for those who don't know what that is. And, like, I can just imagine the poor feeling those poor devs had when it's like, well, you know that thing you've been working on for the last 6 months? Ah, it's gone. Like, Christ, that's gotta be soul crushing. Well, I think they got like 2 weeks paid vacation, just vanished for a little while. Love, you don't dare touch my little boy. Oh yeah, I read about, or I think I saw a documentary about that. Didn't one of the like animators have it on the drive at home because they were like, I think they were just working from home as they had just been pregnant lately, or something like that. Like I remember she had to like cushion up her laptop and everything, like really secure it or something, and just push it back. Yeah, Toy Story there. They do have peripherals, Chris, but with how namishing works, it's not really revertible unless, like, you're willing to sacrifice a lot of other work as well due to how the forms are implemented. Yeah, something like that. Oh, I've got idea. Poof. Tad thing here. Privet hedges. Let's grab. Yeah, life. Do I have like a poisonous lizard or something, don't I? Let's see. I love this planning, it's so awful. Christ. Let's see. So, nice. We'll probably want something around here as well, a bit of a bigger thing, I'd say. And then have like a smaller little alleyway going in here. Something like this. That looks about right. Christ's sakes. Come on, okay. Let's see. Just that small bit of unlevel ground on the side by the main building. Around here. Because I think that's what I had here before, yeah. Like, I think the plan is smacking like a sewer thing popping out there. Pretty sure that was what I had there in before, yeah. That you can kind of see there. I mean, I'll take a look at those, Vingy, for sure. It'll be nice to have on hand. Any verticality, combat in the city / big town buzz on the map. I like those 2 places before we could do that. Floor to full fighting mods and not play. No, that's fine. We've got a few locations like that already set up where it's just a lot of like verticality going up and down, and some interiors especially a lot of quite grounded. Skeleton around. What is your favorite sections to work on? Either it's just like any random bit of forest where I can just keep going back and forth and just tweak some rocks and just really relax and just have fun with it. Like super small things that no one really ever will notice except me. Either that or the main city, Cascade, which I'm really just dying to show off fully to everyone. I think that's going to be one of the really nice little locations that I hope people will like. Jesus Christ, if you don't. Be such a sad little sailor. I mean, yeah, the whole project is my baby at this point. But I think Cascade, especially, is going to be one of those things where I really hope people like it. I don't want it to be that high though. Or maybe. No, it could work. Yeah, sure. Let's go with this. Sup, grilled? How you doing? Let's push it in a little bit, I guess. I just do it whenever I feel like it at this point. We don't really have a schedule in that way. It's just whenever. Alright. No. Where are they? There is one of these. Alright, that's cool. Gonna try and squeeze in some more verticality into this little place as well. Bit of a syndrome I'm making cities a bit too flat, truth be told. I don't know, Vicky. I wouldn't know. I'm gonna sue McCanns for cannibalism. Of course, I might be wrong. Who knows? But that would that's just my gut feeling, kind of saying probably no. That's kind of what I'm feeling like. If you eat grilled moments, that you might lose some karma in life. So no, probably not super ethical. But then again, what do I know? Oh yeah. Let's see. What you're doing what now, Vicky? Cheers, folks. Gonna go grab a smoke.
I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. Girl, you just don't realize what you do to me. When you hold me in your arms so tight, you let me know everything's alright. I'm hooked on a feeling. I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. Lips as sweet as candy, its taste is on my mind. Girl, you got me thirsty for another cup of wine. Got a bug from you, girl, but I don't need no cure. I just stay a victim if I can for sure. All the good love when we're all alone. Keep it up, girl. Yeah, you turn me on. I'm hooked on a feeling. I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. All the good love when we're all alone. Keep it up, girl. Yeah, you turn me on. I'm hooked on a feeling. I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. I'm hooked on a feeling, and I'm high on believing that you're
Alright, I'm back. Let's get... there's the stream. Okay, Christ. Probably keep going for another 40 minutes or so. Getting a bit tired. Feel like to excuse me with that, but... oh well. Oh lord. Oh, this is gonna be a bitch now, man. What isn't it? Yeah, I can see. Okay, well, no, let's 5.8. There we go. Not much to think of in game, truth at all. Especially do. So if you ever run into a spot like this, we need to do some trickery with heights. Just add something on top to distract people, and it'll be fine. So I'll probably do a bit of a odd Super Duper murder here. Bit of a different style compared to the normal big boxes. But it'll be fine. And along with it, we'll have. First, let's start with this and shoof, shoof. Like this little food court thing here, I think. Probably sneak in like a Duke's Diner or something. Or Cargo House Coffee, maybe. Yeah, Cargo House. Cargo. Cargo. That over here. So let's grab a diner first. Just mark this for now. Build it up later. Do this. And we'll tilt it down. That's it. A lot of this. For fuck's sake. There we go. Just mark out the locations and whatnot. Then go back later and fill it all in. Grass. Is there an area in Cascadia like Diamond City? Yes. Main town of Cascade. Biggest city you'll ever have seen in this engine. It's my masterpiece. My creme de la creme. Hey, Shadow, how you doing? Been a while, mate. Sadly won't be going for too much longer, Shadow. Probably just like 30 minutes or so. Ah, Bromwell, you're there now. When are you joining the dark side? Come do them a little time with Cascadia boys. How big population-wise is Cascade? Ooh. That's a tricky question. Because, like, what you see in games aren't, like, what you see in the fuller games never is representative of what's actually there size-wise. But no, it would probably be quite massive, around 100,000. Like, had it been 1-to-1 scale, probably 100,000 or so, not a bit more. So it's a big city, real one, real massive bastard. But in game, I don't know. It's so tricky trying to see or trying to think like what scaling would be in game. It's kind of like looking at the NCR and their presence in New Vegas, whilst in lore, it's a few 100,000. But in game, of course, you don't see nearly that. In the same sense that we know that NCR has cities with populations up in 1 million at this point in lore. So we need a highway up past here somehow. So we'll come from here. Oh. Have that there. Do you prefer working on or on stream or off? It depends a little bit on what I'm working on. Stuff like this I usually prefer off stream, because it's a lot of quite boring work often, and like it's quite slow. But I also do like working on stream. I don't know, it keeps me working a bit harder, so does I. I don't know what it is. I think it's partly like asking questions, always trying to keep people interested, if that makes sense. Because, you know, people kind of nod off if it's just going too slow. Just getting selective, good. Oh yeah, no, we've been active, we've just been a bit quiet in general. We prefer to just sit down and grind rather than try and keep up PR and all that. Rather later come out and just shock with progress and then try to keep up a constant schedule of showing off things and ugh. Oh, what's the normal final goal? Loaf, my boy, you gonna stream? Would you ever want to work for Bethesda? Absolutely. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Of course we do, Chettering. But we have no plans. Like, we're so far along that we can, like, we're starting to see the goal line in a lot of areas. Which just keeps us more motivated by, like, day by day, kind of. First pass, I'd say we have... actually, yeah. 20 to 25% all in all left, but a lot of what's left is like forest areas, where it's a lot of just go through and make a bit more interesting, where you do those areas quite fast. But a lot of areas of the map are getting to the point where it's like start adding interiors. And why not get those in and done? What, 1 point, oh, let's do 1. Let's find what's slow. Oh yeah. Second pass when it's all the small clutter, and then you do all the nav machine and all the marking and ugh, do that. Never been a fan of that pass. Nav machine sucks. Don't try to be optimistic. Yeah. Luckily, at least in the Full of 4CK, the auto-generate is actually quite usable a lot of the times. Like, what it spits out isn't half bad. What do you think the next Fallout, or real Fallout, would be? I don't know. It's there's a lot of cool locations left to do. I personally love a New Orleans one. New Orleans. Nah, they know by now. They've probably got that figured out. It takes a lot of time to do them as well. Yeah, I think New Orleans would be really cool for Fallout location. It's really fit for it. No, I want to... Christ. Green. Aha. Nah, I doubt they'll continue with the same story. Like, we've never really seen any direct... It's cool. I've seen very few direct connections, biggest one being the Brotherhood here pretty much. Do you think a Fallout outside the States would be cool? No, I don't think so. Because like 90% of what makes Fallout Fallout is kind of tied to the US. And like, you'd lose Vault-Tec, you'd have way less of all that fun stuff that's really established the universe. Like, Fallout is based on mocking America pretty much. Like, I don't think it would work. At that point, you're better off doing post-apocalyptic games outside of the US, but not calling it Fallout. I don't know, like, even Canada would be a bit of a stretch for the lore, I think. And I mean, that was American at the time. Oof. I mean, you could do that, yeah. Bigger building here, I think. Something on. Park it there. Something up there. Let's get our big pipe to mark out one a little sooner. Just lovely little extra marker thing. Love something coming out of here. Might even make so you can actually walk in here. I think that would kind of neat. So you can actually move in here. Right now, at least 3. Possibly more. But at least 3, yeah. Alright. Is there actually a seam here? No, cool. Small panic bomb there. So we've got a bit of space here we can actually work with, which is nice. Probably gonna do like a little riverside promenade thing here. Promenade, I don't know how to pronounce that in English, Christ. And of course it won't fit in as it should. So what we'll do is yeah, that could be a nice thing. Have you ever had any discussions with Bethesda about the project? We've talked to them a few times throughout the years, yeah. They've been really cool and helpful every time we've been in touch with them. What grid size are you working on? Let's see. I think it's really small. Just, I don't know. I like having a small little grid setup. Snap to grid is set to 4, so yeah. Quite small now. I think it's about 16 by default, I think. Yeah. I don't know, I'm like having that because it can make really fine movements. Let's see. Yeah. Well, I guess it depends a bit on the environment too. Every now and then 4 is just kind of useless. But it's also a bit of like what you're used to in that sense. Small clipping there is fine because it's going to be building on top of that bastard anyway. Got a shop building in here anyway, so handy dandy with all this. Now we can actually do this. Now we do the same trick here. We'll take this bit and we do 5.85. Not lower than enough. Yeah, it's done. And then to distract the players, you do and done. Because in game, you want to think of it for a second. And you do the same over here, of course. So do 5 and 8 5. Or the same, but tricking the audience, the best trick I have. Or lying to the audience, the best trick I have. So here we have another one of these little annoying spots where just doesn't really work. About one. Same thing, of course. But for variety, let's do. And then when you start getting them actually placed around the world, they don't stick out anymore either. Let's just go in game, and then we'll be done for the night, I think. Use the bash button to deliver a melee attack with any ranged weapon. Cool. Now this will be way nicer than what we had. So we'll have more office buildings here. Probably going to have a bit of a taller one, where this one is, and then further in we'll have a bit lower one, so you'll get some depth perspective into it all. Over here we'll probably just build a bigger style Poseidon station compared to like just the normal one kit setups. But rather than like the Mega Stop from 76, we have the Poseidon or Red Rocket thing. So have some little lower building here probably. Thinking of adding in like a residential wall, like probably some nice little fancy fence blocking off this little neighborhood here. Because, well, why not? Shoot with the LED. The old building. There we go. Same with the trees now. Probably gonna add in a park somewhere around here. I'll make the stretch in between here and there. These buildings a bit more of a park. Just to get some vegetation in here. And then of course the Coghouse Coffee and the Super Duper Mart. So of course. Oh there we got. Down there we got a square one. Do it to make like different LD if you make a custom asset. Yes. Then of course over. Come on here. Little comment. Dot down. Then we're gonna have a tunnel here so you can go through them, and it'll be a separate interior though. Because proper tunnels in this game, fuck it. See if we can get up far enough away so we can actually see the old version of the town in LD. Should be appearing by now. Alright. Yeah. Old Town wasn't that fun. Probably gonna build a few styles of those kind of buildings, but the old ones were quite flickering and busted as far as implementation goes, so they weren't really usable. And the same, you saw the little dock there, gonna add something like that back in. Little river promenade here. Probably leading back up into... Probably gonna follow all along the coast here until I get back into the residential here with a little fence and yeah. Something like that. But with that, I think I'm done for the night. It's a bit of a short one. Got a bit of a headache going on. Just tired in general. But yeah. Thanks for watching and thanks for hanging out. It's always nice having folks to chat with when working. And with that, I think I'm done for the night. And hope to see you guys next time. But until then, I'll see you in Seattle. Bye.